Refan Greek, Refan. Hebrew, Kewan is a star god mentioned by Stephen in his defense before the Sanhedrin. Acts 7:43. The gods Moloch and Refan are two gods associated with the stars. The word army is used to translate three Hebrew words, namely, Kyle emphasizing strength, approximately 30 times. Makana emphasizing camp, approximately 50 times. And the commonly used word, TSEVA, used around 400 times. Each of these words, even with specific emphasis, can be used neutrally. For example, Pharaoh's army or Israel's army. However, when used for the army of Israel, it often rejects a religious tone. The term heavenly army, or sometimes referred to as celestial army, has several meanings. 1. It refers to the stars that appear at night, adorning the sky and illuminating the earth. These stars appear and disappear at specific times, following the commands of the Lord who reigns over the expanse of the heavens. 2. This term is also used to refer to the heavenly host, which typically means the angels. 3. Heavenly host is often associated with idol worship, linked to gods like Baal, Moloch, Refan, Kewan, and other pagan cults. The Old Testament strongly condemns and opposes any form of worship directed towards the heavenly host, such as stars, the moon, the sun, etc. The phrase heavenly host, Hebrew, TSEVA HASYAMAYIM, appears around 15 times and usually refers to pagan worship, for example, into Chronicles 33:3 and Deuteronomy 19. The meanings of celestial objects and celestial beings are closely intertwined. The LXX translation uses cosmos, stratia, or dunamis, but this doesn't help explain this fully. In Hebrew thought, the distinction is shallow, and celestial objects are seen as closely related to celestial beings. The Bible suggests that angels, with varying levels and positions, have the task of overseeing individuals and nations. In modern times, this concept can be expanded to encompass the idea of monitoring the physical elements of the universe, planets, stars, and star clusters.
In that day the Lord will punish the powers in the heavens, TSEVA HASYAMAYIM above and the kings on the earth below. Isaiah 20:21.
TSEVA HASYAMAYIM, the host of the high. NIV, the powers in the heavens above, from the words 1. TSEVA, Hebrew lexicon, that which goes forth, army. War, warfare, host, host of an organized army, host of angels, of sun, moon, and stars, of the whole creation. 2. Merim, Hebrew lexicon, height, elevation, elevated place, in a high place, proudly, of nobles. In the third sense, Isaiah 20:21 mentions that the heavenly host will be punished by the Lord, along with the kings on the earth. See Isaiah 30:2-4, who have rebelled against the Lord. The stars, objects of idol worship, and the rebellious kings of the world will all face God's judgment. They will be confined in prison for an extended period. Isaiah 20:22. The term heavenly host is often associated with objects of idol worship connected to gods like Baal, Moloch, and other pagan cults. The Old Testament strongly condemns and opposes any form of worship directed towards the heavenly host, such as stars, the moon, and the sun, and so on. Refan Greek, Refan. Hebrew, Kewan is a star god mentioned by Stephen in his defense before the Sanhedrin. Acts 7:43.
Yea, ye took up the tabernacle of Moloch, and the star of your god Refan, figures which ye made to worship them, and I will carry you away beyond Babylon. Acts 7:3.
Stephen likely quoted from Amos 5:26-27 from the Greek Septuagint to demonstrate that Israel was taken into exile because they worshipped foreign gods, such as Refan.
But ye have borne the tabernacle of your Moloch, and chin your images, the star of your God, which ye made to yourselves. Amos 5:27.
The translators of the Septuagint LXX rendered the Hebrew word Kewan as Rho Alpha Iota Phi Alpha Nu, Refan. But the TR Textus Receptus manuscript has Rho Epsilon Mu Phi Alpha Nu, Remphan, while the WH manuscript reads Rho Omicron Mu Phi Alpha, Rompa. This god's name is believed to be the Egyptian name for Saturn. The gods Moloch and Refan are two gods associated with the stars. The idol worship that the Israelites engaged in when they worshiped the golden calf at Sinai and the non-spiritual formal worship of God through sacrifices in the wilderness eventually led them to worship the star gods of the pagans. Because of this apostasy, God brought punishment upon them in the form of exile beyond Babylon. Baal, Moloch, and Refan are tangible manifestations of demon figures as rulers of the celestial realm, worshipped by both the Israelites and non-Israelites who also worshipped idols. When they die, a judgment occurs on their spirits or souls. However, it's clear that this is not the final judgment, as the final judgment will only take place when the resurrection of all humanity occurs at the second coming of Jesus Christ. So, what judgment occurs after people die? This is a partial judgment, not carried out by God, but more like accusations and claims by Satan and evil spirits, who become the army for the souls of humans, leaving the physical realm for their intended destination. This is because, according to the Bible, there is a celestial realm with a ruler, which is the spirit currently at work among the disobedient. Ephesians 2:2.
Ephesians 2:2. You used to live in it because you followed the ways of this world, and obeyed the ruler of the kingdom of the air, the spirit who is now at work in those who are disobedient.
The mentioned spirit here refers to Satan and his followers, as exemplified by Baal, Moloch, and Refan. According to the Bible, these subordinate angels of Satan are divided into various ranks, as mentioned.
For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. Ephesians 6:12.
So, beneath Satan, the ruler of the kingdom of the air, there are subordinate spirits of different ranks, such as rulers and authorities, and they are referred to as the heavenly army in the third sense discussed earlier.